that's nice. They're all really good-looking guys.
They are. They're the Housewives' choice.
They're goofy.
And there is one that does look slightly like you.
And what's that? Kind of like a sort of short...
just burly.
Burly, right.
Burly and handsome.
Yeah.
And no, there are some ugly ones in G4.
You know, I hadn't even watched X Factor, and I didn't realise that G4 were just this joke flying pickets.
They're not a joke.
They're a total
They are not
joke.
a joke.
I mean, what's the
They're
deal?
amazing.
And who's the guy that's up against them? Steve. And Steve's just like a sort of boring bloke with this completely unremarkable voice. Is that what it's taken half a year to
You're
get
so
to?
naive. Steve and G4 are the future of music, and tonight will be an extraordinary clash of the titans that will define the direction music goes in for the next millennium.
At bar mitzvahs, you mean?
Yeah, and not only that, but in the future we'll be listening to either Steve or G4 and dancing to it in the manner of whoever wins Strictly Come Dancing, while eating witchetty grubs. What are they called?
Yeah, witchetty grubs. Did you watch the end of all the I'm a Celebrity stuff? Did you enjoy it at all?
Yeah, but I thought Burrell should have won.
Really? Why?
Because he's funny.
He is funny. Man, I tell you, I can't believe it was less than a week ago that it all happened. It seems so long ago now. But that trial that he did last Saturday night, sticking his hand in those holes, the hellhole trial, and then the final trial he did, eating all the horrible witchetty grubs, they were the funniest things I've ever seen on telly, I think.
There you go. And the best thing about the one where he stuck his hand in the holes was they used the music from Flash Gordon.
Oh, that's
the very same sequence in Flash Gordon.
Yeah, with Peter... Is it Peter Duncan who's in that?
Yeah.
There you go. But I was watching that on my own, and I was rocking back and forth, holding my sides, literally holding my sides, laughing. And actually the thought went through my head, I'm having such a good time.
On your own?
Yeah, watching that show, but it made me so happy. When it finished, I just thought, man, that was an actual proper good time that I had watching the TV.
Yeah.
It was
well,
amazing.
you've got to watch the X Factor showdown. It'll be the same kind of experience.
So you say.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another little free play right now. This is Todd Rundgren and Song of the Viking. Sorry about that. Just something I ate. Snow Patrol with How to Be Dead. Adam and Joe here on XFM. Competition. We've got another kind of competition for you right now. This is a text-based competition. All you have to do is text us. This is if you want to win tickets to the XFM Christmas party sponsored by Jameson Irish Whiskey, and the Subways and the Black Velvets are going to be playing. This is happening on Wednesday the 15th at the Islington Academy. Starts at 7 p.m. and there's an amazing array of XFM DJs on the decks. Can you guess who will be there, Joe?
Oh, Fatboy Slim.
He's not an XFM DJ.
Pete Tong.
Yeah, neither is Pete Tong.
Zoe Ball?
No, not anymore.
What's he called? Who does the radio one? Oh, Wes. Wes Butters.
Not Wes.
He's been sacked.
Lauren Laverne will be there.
Ooh.
Adam Longworth, Dan Greenpeace, Ian Baker and Yared. XFM's first Friday resident. I don't know what that means. But they'll all be there, and it promises to be an amazingly good time.
How can the listeners win tickets?
Okay, well, this ties in a little bit to something that I saw earlier in the week on television. I was watching in the afternoon for a change, like a kind of lazy student. And I saw this show that Channel 4, I presume, were repeating from a later evening slot, but they were repeating it during the day. And it was called Other People's Holidays. Mm-hmm. Ever seen that? And it was an episode which had a couple of people in Ibiza, I think, or Lanzarote, or something like that. Just a couple of young girls, and they were lying on the beach, and some guy came and chatted them up. And the conversation that ensued included several uses of the S word.
Oh, what? Unbeeped?
Unbeeped, SH1T.
Oh, dear.
And I just felt quite violated. It was just like 2 in the afternoon.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Daytime TV's funny. Not usually about swearing, but they often assume, I suppose, that kids are at school. And, like, Phil and Fern have reviewed vibrators on This Morning.
Really?
And Richard Madeley they tested someone for testicular cancer, didn't they, on This Morning, very famously?
That's medical, though, isn't it? That's
yeah,
all
but
right.
it's still dangly nuts on television at lunchtime. Big hairy dangles.
Yeah,
danglers
but you
being
can-
squeezed about.
You can always get away with that stuff because it's an important medical problem.
There's a thin line between medicine and eroticism, isn't there?
Well, I'm talking about swearing. There's no excuse for SH1T.
Okay, but you're absolutely right. No, there isn't.
Maybe people genuinely disagree and think that it's time that the times call for a slackening of the rules.
This is a very good issue. That certain swear words might be sort of, if they're like drugs, aren't they? Like declassifying drugs.
Yeah.
That certain swear words might be declassified, like sort of cannabis was slightly. Maybe that's what's happened, that SH1T has just been declassified. I remember in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, he says that word, doesn't he?
He does, but it's
That was a
different.
PG.
It's a PG. You've got to have your parental guidance there.
Yeah.
The assumption is for telly during the day that it's all you. You know, universal, man. You can't have parental guidance all the time.
So what do you want from the listeners for the competition?
All right, so I want you to supply us with some made-up swear words that we can use on this show, because we can't say SH1T on this show without a rap on the knuckles.
No.
We can't even say the TW word anymore. I used to use that word quite liberally.
Really? I said it the other week.
Yeah, I still don't find it offensive, but there's memos everywhere you work, in TV and the rest of it's one step away from the C word, which I personally don't agree
So we're looking for words that sound really rude.
Yeah,
but aren't.
Exactly.
But don't appear on any official band lists.
That's right. It's good if you've
like,
made
for
them
instance,
up as well.
shunt.
Yeah, or twunt. Or...
Shunt or twunt. Front was one we used to use with a U, F-R-U-N-T.
Yeah, these are all going down the same lines. It would be good if you were more creative than that.
Yeah, steer away from the unt suffix.
All you have to do is text us, and the number to text is...
83XFM.
83XFM, and you have to just text the word Jameson, capital J-A-M-E-S-O-N, and then after that, your name and your answer, or just the answer? Okay, just the swear word, right, just the invented swear word.
So they have to text the word Jameson.
Jameson with a capital J and your invented swear word, and then you will receive back a text, an automatic text.
And you also find yourself compelled to buy some Jameson this weekend.
Yeah.
Right, is that the idea?
Yeah,
But if you wander into the off license, like just slightly not knowing what you want, you go, "Oh, Jameson."
Well, buy it for your dad. We don't want to encourage young people to drink, do we?
Well.
Anyway, so get texting now, and you could win tickets to that XFM party, which would be amazing. And be creative with those swear words. Adam and Joe here on XFM, and this is Stephen Malkmus.
Wake up early and rocket to Alaska to put our masks on.
Stephen Malkmus and Fantasies. This is a little coda at the end of the song. That comes from a really good album, his first eponymous debut solo album, if that's not a total tautology. It's Adam and Joe on XFM.
So the made-up... sorry, Adam.
Yeah, no, you were saying.
The made-up swear words are flooding in. It is important that they're made up. They can't be sort of combinations of already existing swear words and made-up swear words. They have to be entirely fake, so they don't violate any kind of sweary laws, media swear laws.
Because we want to keep this really clean. We don't want to be just like, it has to be totally invented. Like, for example, someone sent in something involving the word that sounds like freaking.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can say the real word, which rhymes with rigging. That's off limits, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a lot. The people are really responding to this.
Okay. Well, we'll read some of those out very shortly. Now, Joe, did you see a programme on BBC Three this week about the history of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen?
I did not.
Wow, you really missed something.
The history of just that one song.
The film was just the one song. It was called The Story of Bohemian Rhapsody, and it was hosted by Richard E. Grant.
Good choice.
And I'm not sure if it was supposed to be ironic or not. I couldn't really tell. It certainly seemed to be a fairly unironic overview of the creation of the song and the impact thereafter of this undoubtedly iconic piece of work by Queen. Great song, of course. But does it really warrant a half-hour documentary which was more or less po-faced? One of the sections of the documentary involved a group of Oxford dons sat round a table in a big library in Oxford, like they do, talking about the meaning of the lyrics. And it was, pretty unrevealing.
What did they come up with?
Watching. Well, they came up with... I can't even remember. It was so banal. It was stuff like, oh, he's upset about his mother, and I can't... they just more or less read them out and sort of said, this reminds me of Byron or something. But it was rotten. One of the key parts of the documentary, though, was Richard E. Grant in a cellar, sort of weirdly lit cellar, reciting the lyrics. They would intersperse various bits of the
like poetry.
Exactly, like poetry. And it was the realization, really, of that Pete and Dud sketch where, is it Pete or Dud who's pretending to be Laurence Olivier and reading out the lyrics to Hard Day's Night? It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. And of course the joke there was, the elevation of these lyrics, pop lyrics, to poetry. But here it was, actually happening. For real, for serious, on BBC Three. Unless I've missed the joke, which is possible.
Well, Dylan's lyrics have been published as poetry, haven't they?
Yeah, but that's one thing, you can draw a line with pop lyrics. You can say one set of lyrics is supposed to be good and another's just supposed to be throwaway
And you
nonsense.
think Bohemian Rhapsody wouldn't come under the good section?
I think they work fantastically for the song.
Have you got them there?
I do, yeah.
I see a little silhouette. What is it, silhouetto?
But he read them out, like Richard E. Grant read them out.
Read them out like he read them out.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low, any way the wind blows, doesn't really matter to me. Mama, just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh.
Do they know what Freddie Mercury actually meant when he wrote them? Is that on record?
No, I think I once heard that maybe it was about the fact that they had to move house.
Really?
I don't know. I've no idea, actually. I'm sure there's articles about it in Mojo magazine or Q. But it occurred to me that you could do the same thing with a lot of lyrics, given similar treatment. For example, the words of Busted. This is Air Hostess. Air Hostess, I like the way you dress, though I hate to fly, but I feel much better. Occupied my mind writing you a love letter. I messed my pants when we flew over France. Will I see you soon in my hotel room for a holiday romance? Air Hostess.
That's beautiful.
It's pretty amazing stuff. And actually, while I was trawling through the lyrics of Busted, I found the words to a song called Dawson's Geek. Have you heard Dawson's Geek by Busted? It's all about a girl who's obsessed by Dawson's Creek, and it's quite brilliant.
Read it.
You think you know it all. I see it in the way you're speaking. The long words that you use are starting to get irritating. I've got the urge to knock you out, and I can't handle this. The ladder by your bedroom door really takes the piss. And it goes on in a similar vein, but it's quite a good job by Busted, I think.
Well done, Busted. Of course, winners of the Record of the Year for Thunderbirds.
Did they win Record of the Year for that?
Yeah, deservedly so. Great record. Best record of the year.
Well, we'll be back after some adverts and some music.
With some made-up swear words.
Yeah, stick.
That's Graham Cox on.
Yeah, nice introduction to the made-up swearing.
With Freaking Out, this is Adam and Joe on XFM, London's 104.9. It's just gone 2:30. We're having a competition where you have to text in the word Jameson and a made-up swear word, because Adam and I are angry men, and we're frustrated that we can't use genuine swear words on the radio, so we need some made-up ones that have equal impact. And the best ones, we're going to give tickets to the XFM Christmas party on Wednesday night, sponsored by Jameson. So, are you ready to hear some of the entries, Adam?
Yeah, please, what we got?
You Foffin Lumpmunker.
Quite good. Foffin Lumpmunker.
Oh, shut up, you spunkle spooge.
That's spunkle
spooge.
spooge.
You little funt.
Funt is too close to front, which is...
Oh, shut up, pig bum.
Pig bum is sweet.
Oh, you kipping sow.
What?
Shut up, crack lunker.
That's a bit rude.
These are some of the best as well.
Well, I like some of those the first couple of ones.
Come on. Fructis.
You've got to be careful with this.
Fructis.
Fructis is like one of the ingredients of...
Fructis.
No, fructis you get in shampoo,
Oh, don't be a monkey waggler. That's just childish, isn't it?
Just ludicrous.
And then someone's pointed out that Scunthorpe has a very rude word in the middle. Ponkit.
Ponkit I like.
So most of these just sound like sort of Star Trek space words.
Well, you know,
We're
on
approaching the planet Ponkit.
Battlestar Galactica they used to say frack. Remember that?
Oh, frack.
Frack.
Yes, is that not a Star Trek word?
No, Star Trek didn't have any made-up swearing. It was a utopia. There's no swearing in Utopia.
Quidlicker, Aliceman, cat flaps, sticky carpet hoover, cruff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Someone's texted those in like 6 times.
I like sticky carpet hoover.
Very keen to come
That's
to the
not
party.
it's not a swear word as such, though, is it? But it's just.
Oh, trunk-nacious-nationing.